This is Serenity with Sisters Unfiltered Opinion. Ladies, go ahead and introduce yourself tonight.
Alex.
Cash Money.
Kayla.
All right. Well, I'm your girl, Serenity. I'm your host tonight. We're gonna do a few hot topics to kind of piggyback off what we talked about on the last episode. The first one is what if you are dating someone and they tell you that they don't want to get married? How do you respond? Do you stop dating them or do you move on? First of all, do everyone on this panel want to get married?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would like to. I think I do.
I try it again.
I mean, I'm open to marriage, but I ain't pressed about marriage because I'm definitely, I feel like commitment. If I could be committed, we can be committed and have a solid commitment. And
Really?
marriage doesn't have to happen.
Really?
Mhm.
So you can be a forever girlfriend?
I feel like I could.
I don't want that. I
I
get
don't want that.
yeah. I get
I
married.
think I think I want married. I think I do.
I mean, I'm not opposed to marriage, but
Sorry.
Serenity, what about you?
Well,
Serena want to get married.
I want to get married, but I'm going back and forth with it. It's like, do I really want it? Am I ready for it? Do I want to do? I don't know. I'm in limbo right now.
But to answer your question, we would have had to have that conversation because we supposed to be dating with a purpose. And if to go away to get married, then what the hell are we doing?
So you'll cut it
Right.
off.
I probably would. If my goal is to get married and they tell me they don't want to get married, why am I gonna waste any more time on them? We don't want the same things.
Right.
And it ain't necessarily got to be with getting married. It could be anything else. Let's just say kids. If they want more kids and I don't want more kids or vice versa. If we ain't on the same page, then what the hell are we going forward for? We don't want the same thing. And at that point, we're choosing to waste each other's time.
All right, Alex, you say you either way, you'll do a commitment without being married.
Yeah, I think I would. We would have a conversation and we would know like what that commitment entails and everything. And if anything changed as far as like, hey, they might say, oh, well, you know what, I do want to get married. Then, I'm not opposed to marriage. But if I feel like without the title or without the ceremony and title of getting married, we are still in a committed relationship. I'm happy. I'm satisfied with what we're doing, how we're moving with each other. Our connection, our bond is there, then I could be okay with that. But of course, marriage is something to aspire to for sure. And it's things that come along with marriage, especially if you're going to be in a long-term relationship with somebody that, if you don't have the marriage contract, that it would be some things you would need to have in order to make sure that you are safe in your marriage.
The legal aspect. That's what
the legal aspect of it. I mean, I'm not a fool about that part at all. I would definitely have a conversation about like, because you could still have power of attorney. You could still get all of those legal things without being married. But that's a discussion that you would have to have. Like if we're committed to each other, but but you got to have those tough conversations. It's like, if you don't even want to have these tough conversations, I hope you got your stuff in order, because I won't be able to do nothing for you if you ain't my husband.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so you might have a plan. You might say, oh, well, like I saw a situation that, Kayla, Serenity might be familiar with. They might say, well, oh, my kids will have it. My kids will be the people that'll be over this, or my mom will be the person that's over this, or my sister is over this, and I wouldn't have no input. And if I was okay with it, I'll be okay with it. But if that wouldn't be something I was okay with, then.
Well, that go back to what Kayla was, her dilemma the other week. That go back to her issue about giving herself, and you can't disclose certain information and the likes of. So, I mean,
But it's people that are committed to each other, and that's what common law used to be. Common law marriage, you be living with somebody all them years,
And stuff be
and-
But
messy.
that's legal. You're legally married with common law, right?
but it
No.
don't exist
Most
no more.
most states don't recognize it.
Common
Not
law.
no
Yeah,
more. They
most states don't
used
make it
to.
don't. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
Certain things, if
no
you don't
more.
have no, and then if you don't have
So that's
no
why you gotta
will,
have your papers in order.
yeah, you definitely do. Because if you don't have no will and stuff, most states are by law states, and they go default order. So
Mhm.
y'all need to have that stuff in here.
Mhm. Yeah.
So going back to just piggybacking off of that subject, I was looking at TikTok the other day, and one of the interviews were, who do you put first? Do you put your husband, your kids, or your parent, your mother?
Well, when you get married, you're supposed to cleave and leave. So it's supposed to be you and your spouse first, and
We
then
know
the
what it's supposed to
children.
be, but who do you put first?
Well,
we
I
know.
don't have no parents, so and I don't have no spouse, so by default, it's my kids.
No.
How about if you had a spouse?
It would have to be my spouse.
And you would do that.
Yeah.
That would be my.
Unless the
It would have to be
Negro
my
ain't right.
spouse.
Now, if he got a gambling problem, then it ain't gonna be him. So no. That's the right way.
Alice froze.
I'm just saying, hey, it's the same concept when you go to. It's the right way. When you go to church, it's the same concept. You
It
tithe.
is the right
And
way.
you going in with your heart. Now, whether they abide by that, guess what? They got the answer for that. Just like when I tithe at church, if the pastor them decide they want to do something else with the money, guess who got an answer for that? But I did what the law said under the covenant of God that I was supposed to do. So that's on them, because I ain't gonna be here to see it through anyway.
Don't you think it's some stipulations to that? So if your husband out here on drugs, you not
well, then no, he ain't gonna get. That's what I'm saying. He gotta be for the right. No, I ain't just willy nilly and giving it over.
right.
Like I said, if he got an addiction, a gambling problem, no, hell no.
If the husband's a true leader, he's not gonna put you in a situation that you have to put your kids second, or it'll work itself out.
Right.
So
Mhm.
I agree.
I think too, though, what happens is when you get married and you have a man that's he's a good man, Savannah, like a good man.
Savannah, that's a good man.
That's a good man. I know that my mom, sometimes it's like you gotta just make sure you got your boundaries in order, because some people, our parents, are just kind of needy, and they still want their space to be probably up here, in your life, when you got a whole, husband, companion, or whoever, and you have to be able to have those tough conversations with whoever. Because yes, if I got married, I'm gonna have to follow my husband. If he is the one that's doing right by me and leading my household in the right direction, I'm gonna support him, and I'm gonna follow his lead for sure. And I might have to, set some boundaries as far as, my
Because
parents.
AP ain't going for that. She ain't going for that.
Because it's
So
gonna be
I
some
think
time.
it's easier with parents. I think it's easier,
It is,
but
but
in our situation, we have kids, so I think that will be the challenge. Just personal.
So are you saying you got kids, but they not by your husband, or they by your
I'm
husband?
saying right now in our situation, if you would get married, and if I would get married, I would have to marry somebody that it's not even a question. They're not competing with my child. Like it's just gonna be.
All
I
of
have to
that.
feel comfortable with that. They know that I'm gonna take care of my child, but I'm gonna keep a roof over my head. But I'm gonna always take care of my child, and I would want them to do the same. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that makes a difference.
Yeah, it does. Kayla,
alright.
you said something already. What's the next hot topic?
Kayla, quiet. She
the
ain't
next
say too
one.
much.
I saw this on Facebook, and it was a post that said, "What if the guy you're dating or in a relationship says that he want to wake up on Christmas with his kids, so he gonna spend the night at his baby mama house?"
Well, your ass don't stay there. Go on and stay there then. Just take your stuff and go on and
And we
stay.
Come on, we going to your baby mama house together. We spending
Oh
the
my
night.
gosh.
Y'all see that?
I
Yeah, I
didn't
saw
see
yeah,
it.
that,
I
I
saw
I
it.
scrolled
did not
right
see
on
that.
over it.
He can just
Ah,
that's a no for me, dog. That's a no.
Oh, what if
They got a healthy co-parent relationship.
yeah.
Well, they have a healthy. I mean, go over there when they wake up. Like,
No, it's
drive over
something
there.
about
falling
no,
asleep, putting the cookies and milk out for Santa.
right,
He
that
eat the
whole
cookies.
thing.
He sleep on the
But
pallet on the floor in the living room with
I'm
him or
not
something.
saying I'm with it now. But if my baby if my son was a little baby and his dad wanted to come and spend the night on Christmas, I think it would be a conversation worth having. I don't know.
You
I
can
don't
have a
know.
conversation.
I don't know. I probably would have let Nasir's dad do something like that or something.
Y'all see, you and Nasir dad have a better relationship. For any of my kids' daddy, it would have been a hell no.
No, okay, no. What
Right,
if
they
your
ain't welcome. Say it again,
what if
Kayla.
your
They ain't welcome in the house.
situationship right now, Kayla? Your situationship. He said,
Mhm.
"Well, I want to spend the night with my kid's mama."
Honey, let me tell you, he already done did that years ago, back in year one.
And what you
Do I
say?
remember that? I don't think I do remember that. I don't think, of course, he ain't back then.
I was not too pleased with that
Uh-uh.
because yeah, I wasn't too pleased with it.
Yeah,
But what happened? What
he did that. He did it.
he did
He
it,
do
but
it.
you're still there. And that's gonna go to my next hot
I
topic.
wonder. I left. I told him I needed space. I needed to think about that. And then right there has been when I told him I needed space has been the demise of us since then. He feel like I would leave at the drop of a dime. I didn't say I was leaving. I told him to give me space. Let me think about this. That was the only thing because one, he had just gone through a divorce actually. And then I was just getting out of my relationship. So I had the right to hold on, let me put this in my mind. Let me calculate all this and see if this is something that I want to deal with. And to him, it was like, oh, I don't want you at all. I don't want this. Fuck you. That's what he felt. But I just wanted space. I wanted a few weeks of space. That's what I wanted.
Okay. So just going off what Kayla just said, and now she's still in the situationship. She didn't like him spending the night with his ex-wife and the kids or whatever. So at what do you think everyone settled at some level to be in a relationship? Or is compromising settling? Is accepting things that you don't like settling?
Yes.
It
Yes.
is.
So
But
it
people
could
do
be,
that
but
because they want to be by themselves.
And settling is different. Compromise and settling is different because if you got hard, fast boundaries, you saying, I'm not going to tolerate this, and then you tolerate this, you're settling. Compromise is, I want us to do this. We have a discussion. I want to go eat at Red Lobster. You want to go eat at Denny's, and we meet in the middle at Cheesecake. That's a compromise.
So what if with Kayla the compromise be I don't like it, but you can go do that for your kids? That's settling.
not really, because he was settling with me because I had shit going on too.
What? Wait a minute. Come back, friend. Come back.
Yeah, you settling with me because I would cuss you out. Like, ain't nobody want to be cussed out and stuff. Like,
That might not be. That might not
settling,
be a deal breaker.
Serenity, to your point, settling is you want to be married, but you settle with somebody that don't want to be married. That's
Definitely settling. That's not compromising. That is settling because that's exactly.
So you changing your stance. Changing your stance.
I don't know. Settling.
So at our ripe old age.
So what is compromising then?
I just told you.
Tell me again, because I'm thinking they sound a lot alike. They sound like
said compromising is I want to go to Red Lobster and he want to go to Denny's and we end up at Cheesecakes after. That's a compromise. That ain't settling.
That is both of them agreeing, like, okay, let's just go to Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, yes. Both can agree. Okay, let's just be in a committed relationship. It's still
But that ain't right if the person still want to get married though. That's
Right.
what
Right,
she's
it's
saying.
not
is
right,
settling.
but I'm
Like,
saying
I want to
it's
get
a
married,
great.
but because I want to be with you, I'm going to
settle to the
settle.
I'm gonna settle
Because
and
and
just
that's
be
the
with
same
you.
thing. Since you want to go to Red Lobster, and I still want to go to Cheesecake Factory, I'll settle and go where you want to go. It's kind
No,
of a gray area, and I'm not seeing. I'm not getting clear.
compromising, because compromising is y'all coming to an
Alex,
agreement.
look it up, Alex.
Y'all coming to an agreement. Settling is you are budging on your hard, fast morals and principles. Compromise
Now
is
that's
a little
different.
different. It's
That's
a
morals
different.
and principles. That's
Yes.
different.
Yes,
Okay.
it's different.
Now I'm getting clarity.
Listen, compromise,
To settle.
an agreement or a settlement of a dispute that is reached by each side making concessions.
Okay.
Now look up settle.
Okay. It says settle a dispute by mutual concession. That's still compromise.
Okay.
To resolve or reach an agreement about an argument or problem. Every effort was made to settle the dispute. That's what that one says. Let me look up.
Look up synonyms.
Right, they probably the same.
Why is she looking that up? I think there's at our right age. I think my opinion is there may be something that we may end up settling for as we get older.
But do that jeopardize
when it
your
comes to looking for
happiness?
It might. You might.
it might and
You
it
might
could
resent
not.
that person.
Okay, listen. Settling is making do with less. Compromising is accepting less of one thing in return for more of another. Makes sense.
Yeah, that goes to the morals and principles.
Settling is I don't get what I want, but you get what you want. That's settling.
Right.
So you don't want to get married. I want to get married, but because I want to be with you, I'm going to choose
settle.
not get married.
I'm a settle
because I
and
love
not
you.
get married. Right.
Compromising is saying, okay, you want to get married. I don't want to get married, but I love you. I want to be with you. So let's just get married at the courthouse.
Right. That's a compromise.
That's a compromise.
But at that compromise, would they eventually feel some kind of way about you? Do you think?
Possibly. I didn't want to get married in the first place.
It might come out. They might regret it or resent you if they feel. I think settling has to do more with the person itself internal than the compromise. Y'all having a discussion and saying this is what we agree on, and you talking all of those things out. Settling is okay, I know this ain't what I want, but I'm gonna do it because this is who I want to be with. And expecting the outcome to be different, knowing that the outcome wasn't gonna be different. Nope. So then you grow to resent because the person was clear.
So at our age, like Kayla said, do you think that we'll have to settle at some, I don't know, at some degree? I don't want to settle because I feel like if you settle, it's going to jeopardize your happiness. So
I've been there. So let's say this. Okay, so let's take it back. Been there. I felt like I settled when I got married.
Why?
Because that wasn't a person I initially believed I was supposed to get married to.
So how is that settling? Because he wanted to get married and you didn't?
No, she wanted to get married.
I wanted to get married. I feel like it was settling because that was not the person I envisioned to get married to.
So you just accepted whatever he had going on just because you wanted to get married?
No, not accepted what he had going on. Accepted him, the person, period. That was settling. He was not the person I wanted to get married to.
Let me just say this. When we came to that wedding, that was a freaking 12-hour drive that turned into a 15 goddamn hour drive. Okay.
Nobody told y'all to drive. Nobody told y'all ass to drive.
Well, we had to drive because it Shamika ass, okay? And I had a rental car because my car was in an accident. So we were like, okay, we got a free rental car. Let's put miles on it. So
my parents were never married. my grandparents were married, but I didn't really fully understand it. So I wasn't the kid that grew up, oh, I want to get married, the white dress. That wasn't my thing. When I met a person, and I'm like, oh, I can spend the rest of my life with them. That person made me wanted to get married. That was the person I thought I was supposed to get married to. That is not the person I married. So therefore, I'm saying I settled when I got married.
So that's why Serenity said you got married just to get married.
No, I didn't get married just to get married. But
so why you get married then?
Why did you get married? Why did I get married?
I did love him. I mean, I did. We did grow together, but that initially wasn't the person I wanted to be married to and envision spending the rest of my life with.
A lot of people get married just to get married. Men and women. I know a man that got married. He said he got married just to get married.
So you changed your mind after the marriage, or did you knew this going into it?
Oh, I knew that going into it.
Oh, really?
I knew that going into it. We had, okay, full transparency. Me and Alex had a whole conversation at the wedding. I knew it going into it, but my younger self went through because I felt, to be fully transparent, I felt like if I didn't, I would have let the other person back in.
So,
and Alex, you let her do that? Oh God!
It was too late. It was at the wedding.
Listen, hey, it was down to the wire. It was down to the wire right then. Yeah, man.
I mean,
so
I
you
remember
ain't force nobody's hand.
Like,
she did what she felt like she was gonna do.
She settled and look at the results. So, moral of the story: don't settle.
Don't settle. Don't settle. Exactly. Don't settle. Don't settle.
Oh man, and I'm gonna tell y'all, like, that's the thing about marriage. Like we talked about this on another episode. Like, my dad has been married like 4 times. You know, and I've asked my dad about marriage, you know, a couple of times. My mom's been married more than once. Like, I take marriage seriously. So that's why I'm not gonna just, when I've had the opportunity, I've had men in my life that have wanted to marry me, that have gone to get rings, but we've never gotten to that space because I don't know, maybe it was me. A lot of people be like, dang, you afraid to get married? I'm like, no, but I just feel like I know when I'm with somebody, if something's off or something, it's just like, no, I don't want to get married to you and I know I'm not going to be committed. I know it's something off that's going to make this not work out the way it's supposed to work.
It's where I am at this point, but I can see what Kelly said. My younger self went at that point, because like I was raised like you get married. Like I wanted to grow old with somebody and I overlooked stuff because I felt like that was the right. I wanted to raise my child in a 2-parent household. With the wrong person, and I don't know why I wanted to criminal, but anyway, it was a criminal. But I just thought that was the right thing to do. But moving forward, I would never just jump into it because the person that I married next, I'm gonna have to grow old with them.
Exactly. I wouldn't do that. I definitely wouldn't do that now, but not as Kayla said, you know, before in the other episodes. Growing when we were talking about the Cassidy thing and you won't in love, I literally felt like that was the only way to get over that other person was to get married to this. Yes.
I was in love.
I did.
But y'all, quick question. Y'all went together long though, I don't think though, right?
Under 2 years, yeah. It was under 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
That whole situation was just wild. Like when you think about how it started and stuff, like it was kind of wild. Like he changed he left where he was. He just upped and left. Like, and like now as an adult, you're like, dude, why was he so eager to up and leave what he already had established? You know what I'm saying? Because he probably ain't had too much. He was leaving. What was he leaving behind? He came to a woman that had her shit together. And when he got with her, probably changed his whole outlook on what he could have for himself because he was with somebody that had shit. Not to say that he didn't have shit of his own, but I'm just saying, like, and then once he got with her, let me shut up. Look, we might get sued talking about people, man. You shut up. I ain't saying nothing else.
So, Alex, you feel like you ever settled?
I'm sure I have, yeah.
Or you feel like,
Where's the-
do you feel like it was a situation that you should have settled because the outcome would have been better?
Oh, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would have been settling. I think I would have just had to, what is it that a person would say? I don't know. It wouldn't be settling. I just feel like you got to be ready to compromise and
Oh my God, great area.
compromise. I don't think I would have been settling. I think I would have just been like, you got to make things work when you want to. If you want to be with somebody, you got to be willing to do your work too. Y'all both got to be willing to do the work.
Like Serenity said, you settle when you ignore them red flags. You settle.
But I don't think I just had, I had some red flags, but I feel like looking back, could I have tried to make it work? Yes. That's all I'm saying. But yeah.
Somebody ask Taylor the question. I can't ask her.
What you mean?
Taylor, do you think you settled, or you in your past, or what you say? Or if you would have settled in the past, could you be married now? If you would have settled in the past, would you have been married now? That's a yes for me. If I would have done things differently in the past, I'd probably be married. But would I be divorced is the question.
Right. Exactly. Would you be happy?
Because that's the thing. Because it was people that wanted to marry me. And I was like, if I would have just said yes to everybody that wanted to marry me, I'd have been divorced. And that was my issue. That's why I didn't say yes to people, because I knew that it would not last. The person would be like, oh, once we've been married, it's a wrap. I said, no, it ain't.
No, that ain't. It can be undone.
I know you. So you can't, if you gonna marry, if we get married, but then next year you done already found somebody you wanted to cheat with, we getting a divorce. So that's why I didn't marry him.
We going on TV1, Fatal Attraction.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. So yeah, nah.
So, but a lot of people don't look at it that way. Like, yeah,
divorce is real in my life. Like I said, I've seen divorce. I've seen somebody be married multiple times. I feel like my daddy got it right. It took him, might have took him 4 times to get it right.
I don't want to do that.
I might have to be like your dad. I'm just trial and error till I get it right.
My next husband,
like the first, so maybe the first 2 might have been quick, but like then his third he was with her for a lot. They were with each other for years. And then, his wife now, they've been together like since we was in college. So
20 years.
Yeah.
No, my next husband is my last husband. That's it.
That's what I want.
That's it.
I just feel like if I'm gonna do it, I know you can never be completely sure, because like my mom said, and I say for myself, in my mom's situation, you could think a person is somebody, but my mama had red flags with my, her.
They changed him. Look at that.
Like he married somebody knowing that he had red flags, and then after the wedding, like immediately after the wedding.
Oh no. Oh yeah, no.
Immediately afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And let me not be telling too much of my mama business before she cuts me out. But
right.
Immediately,
phone call right now.
Immediately afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know that stuff ain't no joke. Like people will show you who they want you to see till they get,
I say the representative.
Get that paperwork. And then they show their ass. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it. So I don't know, man.
That's what gives
I
you
don't never be afraid to divorce nobody, but that's why I feel like if I am not completely confident, and it's just hard because I was just talking to my good friend about this, like, you just don't know, like people wearing these masks so much, like they wearing these masks of who they want you to like, and they lie, people lie so good, y'all. People lie to you, look you dead in your face, like, how you thinking you crazy? How you thinking you crazy? Oh my gosh. So, and it's just like they just do it so well.
For sure.
And it's like you could marry this person and Like I've seen stories about people marrying a person, and then after they get married, the man stopped wanting to come home at night. But he been coming home every night before they got married.
Until they get married. Yep.
And then after they
And
get
then
married,
we gonna go get it annulled.
yeah,
And
oh
your-
yeah, it's a wrap. Like I don't know, like, but it's
And
like
your
dang,
stuff will
like
be on the curb.
how do we miss those signs? But it's like people they play the role so well, and it's just like
But in some instances, it don't even be that you miss the signs. People, regardless of what people want to say, some people actually do change. Because if you didn't know them before, you don't know that they're red flags. But some people really do just flip the script. Period.
Mm-hmm. So when you notice those red flags, you already married.
Yep,
Right.
that's what happens. You already married, and so now it's harder to walk away.
It's harder to walk away. So
because you married to him now, man.
It ain't hard to do nothing if you want to do
We
it.
just had this conversation. It depending on how long you've been married to a person. Like if it's just like been 3 or 6 months, nah, it's a wrap.
Hell, I was almost 7 years and it wasn't hard to walk away. Shit, you get tired, your ass to walk away. It's a wrap.
How long was you tired?
5 years in, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So it took you some time to walk away. You ain't just walk away immediately. How long was
I
you
could
tired?
have. I was being generous.
Whatever, Kelly. So you settled a little bit some more.
He
So you
did.
stayed that marriage 5 more years.
I was trying to. What it was I was trying to give opportunities, but you can't talk to a wall. So my mom and them used to say I can show you better than I can tell you. So hey, it is.
Well,
so Kay, do you feel like it's somebody you should have settled for?
She said no.
Yeah, Kelly don't.
If I did settle with this person that I was engaged to, we would have been divorced because since we've broken up, it's been over 6 years. He's been married twice. Went back to his ex-wife and then some other lady.
So some
you cut our
he like being married. He like being with somebody. He don't want to be by himself. But marrying people
I'm
just
gonna fight you. I'm finna unfriend you now.
I didn't know that.
Caleb, now you cut our friendship off for that nigga.
I did not know that.
I forgot about that.
He like being married. He likes the
literally.
Literally, because when we broke up, he was married within the next month to this.
But that just means he not happy with himself. Because if you happy with yourself, you could be by yourself.
Mm-hmm. But he was by his. But so it makes you wonder if he was by himself for real, completely all the way when y'all met too. Because how was they able to just reconnect like that so quick? Like I ain't finna just marry you just back like that so quick.
What you mean? There's no women out here that will.
This girl had moved all the way back to her hometown, left Atlanta, and went all the way back to her hometown where she was from. And then you came all the way back for this nigga. So me and her had a conversation when they was married because I found out. And she was like, oh, they say you crazy. I said, well, nigga, they say you crazy too. So we both crazy because they're going to tell you what you want to hear. But the thing is, we both women. But I'm just going to tell you, God don't bless no mess, and that shit ain't finna be blessed. Because when you guys were together, they were.
Hey, you put a curse on them.
No.
Jay and Kelly, y'all sound like Jay and Krishan. Y'all was telling the tea about Blueface.
He was you literally, when we got together, I had a key to his apartment when I used to come up here. I had access to him.
And that thing was
moving them around. Obviously, he was moving them around. He's a good rearranger. They was moving around.
It be that thing was thing. It's that thing was thinking. He had them all.
I don't know if say was the D good? Was the D good? Because he was laying pipe. Was he laying?
Yes.
He's a pipe layer.
So
with that one, I figured like I dodged the bullet.
Would you settle in the future?
I don't know. Depending on what it is on my list that I have to settle for. It just depends on what it is.
Yes. You never say never, y'all. You never say never.
I learned that a long time ago. Never say never. And it's some shit that I don't put up with that I said I would never put up with. but behind closed doors, I put up with it.
Secrecy.
But like I said, I mean,
You
y'all
gonna
think I know about it, but like just going forward, it just depends on what it is that I'm settling for. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because some of the stuff here, what I may want is materialistic, you know, and not what I really need. So sometimes we got to figure out what we need and our needs and wants, and what's beneficial for us, and not just something that I feel like I want me to have.
All right. Well, all right, ladies, that was good conversation.
But I
That's
did
all your
leave one.
topic?
He years ago, I never cheated on him, and we were looking at his Facebook page the other day, and I was like, oh Lord, like
Wait, I missed what you said. Can you say it again?
there's one that I like maybe I did miss and should have settled with.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Oh, what the initial?
What's the initial, Serenity?
But why do you think you would have settled though? Why do you think it was a settle?
JH.
Huh?
JH.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Jesus, she done said initials. But why do you think you was a settle?
We'll have
Would
to
have been
talk about that offline. I don't be
Why
knowing
I
these
would have
names.
settled because he was living with me. He didn't have nothing. Like the rest of me had it. And now you look at this man, he got every goddamn thing. I'm the one who helped build him up.
Well, you was supposed to keep it then.
You know what?
Okay,
That's the thing, though. We have now built somebody up because y'all know who
Acrimony, you
it's a
was
person
supposed to
that
keep
killed me. I helped him. I taught him how to love. Boy, if you don't get away from me. I taught you how to love and you still be on bullshit. So I hope I ain't teach your ass that shit.
Okay, Kayla over there talking about she built him up. All right, acrimony.
I built that man up. When he came to me, he used to live with a girl in the project. He came to me, you had real life bills.
You got his credit good. You got his kids.
Right. I have to give him the credit for them kids.
Kayla, he promised you a yacht.
He did, but then let me tell you, we had a vehicle together. I flat every one of them times before he left that house.
I don't even. We need to get off. We need to end this podcast
and then I fucked his cousin. And then I fucked his cousin.
Really, Taylor.
Before we start talking, no, she incriminating herself. We need to end the podcast.
Hey,
you didn't.
I'm gonna take that part out.
You ain't settled. You won.
Yeah, in the end, I won because I was like, okay.
Really, Kayla?
Oh Lord, Kayla. All right. Sisters unfiltered opinion. I'm saying we don't hit 3 hot topics. What if a guy tells you he don't want to get married and you want to? What's the other one? What if a guy that you're in a relationship or dating want to go to his baby mama house and spend it and bring Christmas in with his kids? Absolutely not. And settle. Do we settle? Is it okay?
Not no more.
Have you settled? Will you settle? Kayla say no. Cash Money say no, but Kayla
not
say
no more.
Kayla say never say never, because it might not
no
be
more.
on the list.
Not no more. I said not no more. If you settle once, yeah, not no more.
Well, I guess I ain't settled yet, so I give a shot.
It ain't.
You didn't settle. You took that nigga out the project.
Right.
But I ain't married him though.
You should settle in their relationships. Period.
Right. If you go against what your morals and principles are, you settle.
It ain't never wrong with the projects, because I always wanted to live in the projects because they had a lot of friends. They had a lot of friends. They used to be outside all night, and everybody had friends. And they had to watch Jeopardy with their grandma growing up. That's all I did.
Really?
All right.
We got a topic for next week. Oh, now we supposed to have some special guests next week,
yes, we got a topic next week. We're gonna have a host and a co-host.
It's getting hot around these Christmas streets, ain't it?
Sure is.
Well, all right, Cash Money. Let them know what they need to do.
Don't forget to SCS, subscribe, comment, and share.
Good night, people.
Good
See ya.
night.
Good night.
Good night.